Hello? Hi everyone. Hope you can see and hear me okay. Because, yeah, things have been changing a bit. I've been messing around with the computer and stuff. Hey, the browser's on a little bit early. You know, Mythwind's coming up. You saw the stream last week. Talked loads about Mythwind, all the unboxing and stuff. Heck, that's going to be one of the options. Hopefully everything is working alright. The microphone's in the wrong place a bit, isn't it? I can't blame the computer on that. So yeah, I don't know if I talked about it. I just droned on about it in the Patreon update the other day. Like the computer's been going wrong. Hopefully it's been working okay in the streams. It's all been wiped and it's all brand new, and hopefully at this point it's back to, well, not how it was, because it was annoying how it was. It wouldn't turn off. It wouldn't recognise the cameras all the time. But hopefully for your experience, it is like back to normal. As far as I know, the streaming stuff, it seems to all look how it did. So hopefully it's all going to be grand. Hey Steve, how's it going? Looking good? Great. Hey Davido, how's it going? So, we're going to chat a bit about the stuff that's going to be coming up in February. So, there is going to be a vote on Patreon, as there always is every month. But there will be a new one starting after this stream. I'm going to make the post after we finish here. Hey, look, Rachel's chair appears if I put my hand there. From the ether. It's buffering. I haven't got anything here that's giving me any alerts. Let me have a look at my alert window. Your stream quality is good. Does that mean everything's fine, or does that mean it could be better? Just sometimes say the stream quality is great. Good for you, Steve. But give it a refresh, see if it gets any better. Yeah, I'm not getting any walks. There has been that in recent streams. Yeah, maybe it might just be. It's not giving me any warnings on this end. So yeah, I'll talk about the vote options. There will be a new playthrough vote on Patreon in a bit, and some of the other stuff that's coming up. There are some Kickstarter things and kind of stuff. The stuff that we plan to do. We'll see how like effective that ends up being. The background getting rid of programs being a bit strange, isn't it? That has been reinstalled as well. I wonder if I had the settings a bit different. I wonder if it was set to performance. Is that better? It was set to quality just, which you'd think you'd want it at. Maybe it's just where I'm sitting or something. Maybe that's a new version of it. Never want to update things. Ruins them. Right, so let's have a look then at what is going to be on the vote, if I can make it appear all nicely. Well, it was just on here. Hey, let's try this. There we go. So yes, there is like other stuff from January. Like I'm hoping to film Sleeping God's Distant Skies this week, but there's also the finale of Arkham Horror, the card game, the Path to Carcosa, that I want to keep on track with. It's hopefully all going to get done and all going to be great. But I also want to try and squeeze in Raising Robots somewhere, rather than put it on the vote again. I really want to play that, and I haven't had a chance in January, so hopefully I'm going to get those things done, as well as some things from this. So, first up is Mythwind, which, as I said, we did an unboxing. We chatted a bit about it the other day. So, a cooperative, cozy board game. Inspiration from things like Stardew Valley, that I couldn't remember the name of just, where you play as a certain role that have all got their own mechanisms. Like there's a farmer that's doing tile laying, growing crops and getting cattle and activating equipment so they can get more actions. There is a crafter that's building and refining materials. There is a merchant that is trying to wheel and deal, and they've got rivals that they're competing with, like card-based rivals. And I'm forgetting someone. The ranger, who goes out on explorations and uses tools to go and find stuff. We've played a little bit, like not even a full year of Mythwind. We had a little bit of a go to kind of get to grips with the basic rules, just with the farmer, who's the least complex character. I'm really looking forward. Like, this is one of the vote options. Choose it. I think I should be able to do 2 character solo. I think I would do like maybe at least a couple of parts. One where we're starting out, because there is story spoilers as well. So I don't know if you want it to be a huge series, maybe it could end up being that. But yeah, do at least a couple of, just one with one of the characters and the very starting season, showing how it all starts, because there is a story going through it as well. Even though there is no, like, you can just stop at the end of a season and put it away and it's got save game stuff, or you can just keep playing it. It's like, I'm not even sure how long the content is. There's a lot of event cards in there, and there are secret envelopes and things. But yeah, start with just one of the characters, get the basics down, and then maybe keep that character going in another season and see how they progress, but add another one in, because you can do that as well. Like, if you're just playing on your own, you can at the end of a season just say, oh, I want to try somebody else now, and they kind of keep their progress, and you just keep going into the next season with another character. So yeah, Mythwind will be one. Hey James, how's it going? Matt, hello, welcome in. So yes, Mythwind, number one. Then there is High Season, Grand Hotel Roll and Write, that I hope I talked about way back in the Essen video. I have acquired this. I was a big fan of Grand Austria Hotel. Hey, who isn't? And I'm a big fan of Roll and Write, so I'm keen to see how this translates. It's in a kind of shallow Grand Austria Hotel box. Like, I suppose because we've got all of these big hotel boards and stuff that are, dry white boards in there. But yeah, it surprised me that, okay, we're getting a little Roll and Write version of a game. Oh, it's huge. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it's been translated, because I assume, like, Ryan Hendrickson, I think has worked on, like, the Roll and Write version of something else. Joan of Arc. I haven't played Joan of Arc still, the Orleans Roll and Write. I only worked on Pirates of Maracaibo as well, which I hear great things about, but I haven't played that yet. So yeah, keen to see how it translates, because it seems to be as well. Can you see this on screen? Yeah, I think you can see the weight. A fairly hefty Roll and Write as well. But if it's taking a lot of stuff from Grand Austria was a lovely medium euro, wasn't it? Of Grand Austria, but your wife didn't care for it. We really like it 2 players, and I say this now, it's been, when was Grand Austria? 2016? So kind of 2015? What? So yeah, we did used to go to a game group back then, and like 2 players, we'd absolutely loved it, and then we took it and played it a couple of times 4 players. I think there was something in the expansion, wasn't there? Because it's got that snaking turn order. So it was at 4 players and a couple of us taking time. It was a bit of a drag, wasn't it? Of like, if you were like the first player, it would be a long time. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1 before it's your second like pick. The rounds got really long, but I think like, we've only ever played it. Have I played the expansion 2-player? I might have only played the expansion solo, actually. But yeah, there was a module in the expansion one that to change the turn ordering thing. But yeah, Grand Austria goes Roll and Write with High Season. Next up, it's gonna be the return of things that have been, despite there being a playthrough, either hugely requested or, well, I kind of said I was going to do more if you want to see them, and there have been affirmatives, so they're going in the vote to put that to the test. So first of all, Imperium Horizons. It only went up like last week. Hey, a lot of people have watched that Imperium video. A lot of fans of Imperium. I'm with you. But yeah, I just did it was kind of a return to Imperium playthrough, wasn't it? Like the mechanics and stuff, even though the cards that are in the display, the commons, the same, like, I didn't use like the trade routes expansion, and I used a lower complexity, I think it was like a 2 out of 5 complexity, the Japan as a civilization. I was playing against a really complex one, but the bot doesn't really use things in that way. The bot's fine with any complexity. I really want to be the Martians, who are like a 5 out of 5 complexity civ, but another option is, maybe I should put it in the vote twice and be like, because the options were, should I go for a really complex civ next, or should I go for the trade routes expansion, which gives you some more options on your turn, but it also changes those cards in the commons, takes a load of attack cards out and puts these trade cards in instead. I think maybe we'll go for a slightly more complex civ. Recommend what if you've played it already. I don't know. I think it's just come out, right? Maybe people have played it. So yeah, I think that, like, we'll put the trade routes expansion on to see all of that, and play a bit of a more complex one. Tend to buy this, but on learning you can't play all of the factions unless you add in the expansion. You're not so sure of Horizons. It could, like, do you mean like the other original boxes, and then you would need to get Horizons to play? Oh, do you mean the certain factions that you need to play trade routes with? It does come with trade routes. Yeah, I think there's 4 or 5 factions that if you play them, you have to turn the trade routes expansion on, because it must be crucial to the way they work. Like, I've only played it the normal way, just as a kind of refresher on Imperium, and to see, hey, look at some of these new things. There's so much more we could do. I mean, I think we ended up doing 4 playthroughs probably of the original 2 bits, the original 2 boxes. So yeah, maybe we'll see in the vote, won't we? We'll see how much you want to see more. But I've got a good feeling about Imperium. I've got a good feeling about all of these so far. Hope High Society maybe might get a bit drowned out by Mythwind and stuff. But the other return, I'll need a bit more. I'll need to refresh myself again. But one of my favourite games of 2023. What was it? Like my 3rd favourite game? It was pretty high. I love Voidfall. And I played it a lot of times in a row, in a kind of 3-week period in December. I was playing nothing but Voidfall because I was scared of it for a start and wanted to try and get the video right, which largely, there's little things, there'll always be little things. But yeah, I think largely I'm really pleased with that video because there's a lot going on in Voidfall. But I played solo scenario like number 1. I played not one of the very starting, complexity, difficulty factions, but I think it was like 2 out of 5 rather than anything higher. I think going back to Voidfall, we'll step into, because I only did that first scenario as well. I played it incessantly, but I was trying to come up with strategies, get a handle on, let's just practice for this playthrough as much as I can. And I think the playthrough really benefited from that. But it is time to venture off. And what about doing a new scenario and a faction that I'd never done before, probably a more complicated one as well, so we can have some more Voidfall as well. By Imperium, don't want to spend all of the money on them, but find it hard to choose. I think Horizons is like, I don't think I've seen since it's come out, but yeah, Horizons must be more expensive than the other ones because it's kind of the size of the both of them. The Classics, what was it? Classics and Legends the first time. Classics is the lower complexity ones. There's still interesting things. I don't want to make it sound like, oh, it's dead easy. Imperium's pretty involved no matter what you get. But yeah, Classics is I don't want to say gateways, but the starting one. And although you can just get anything, Legends had more complex ones, and it had some of the fantastical ones, didn't it? Like the Atlanteans and stuff. And then Horizons has got a mix of both, although they don't get to... There's nothing in Horizons that's like the 1 complexity civilizations. But yeah, Horizons is a big box. I thought first of all it's going to be like a storage for everything, and you can if you get rid of the insert and that, but it's a huge box because it's I think it's the same amount of civilizations of the first 2 boxes in this. It's got some errata for the original boxes that tweaks them, but I think the tweaks might not matter as much if you haven't got this box. It's to do with the trade routes and stuff and changing some terminology. And it's cool that it's got if you're playing solo, it's got solo cards that say what the bot does. That was all in rulebooks before, but it's handy having these cards for things. And what else has it got? Yeah, it's got the trade routes expansion as well. So if you were playing it competitively and you don't like the element of attacking each other, which there's civs that are more attacky, more peaceful. They're all mixed in there. But yeah, a part of the commons as well as part of your faction's deck will be attack cards, and the trade routes expansion, I don't know if it removes them completely. It can't remove them from Civ's decks because some civilizations rely on that. But yeah, the trade routes expansion I'm pretty keen on because it will remove that. But having said that, I'm fairly sure, this many years in, I'm fairly sure Rach is not interested in playing Imperium. So the thing that would stop us playing it together, the attacking, it's not out and out just destroying stuff, but yeah, a reason we wouldn't be playing it together. Not the only reason we wouldn't be, but as a solo game, luckily, I think it's fantastic. Next up, chatting about all of this stuff on the last streams. I've got a feeling now that I've said all of this stuff, these aren't going to get any votes, but maybe you could surprise me. I'm pretty excited by everything that's in this list, though, to be honest. I usually am. But we chatted about these the other day on a stream. Sentinels of the Multiverse. We've been going on about all of these Marvel-y things. There have been a few people asking for Sentinels of the Multiverse, which is, that kind of thing. It's its own unique comic system. And I did get part of the reason that this never got a video. I bought this, and so if I'm buying stuff, tends to go like down in the queue. There were more exciting things in the vote at the time, and it might have just missed out. But yeah, I bought the great big expansion for Sentinels of the Multiverse. It's here on this shelf. I've opened it and looked in and gone, oh, I remember some of these people from when I used to have Sentinels. But yeah, I haven't dived in yet. But I'd really like to get to play it again. I've got a feeling that maybe we'll be playing it this weekend. Not like on a stream or anything, but maybe I'll get back to it. Having said that, I'm pretty addicted to playing Legendary and Marvel United at the moment. But hey, it's got to make way for other games at some point, hasn't it? On that kind of Marvel-y subject, another thing that we haven't done for over a year is Marvel Champions. I think I did, was it Wolverine and Storm were like the latest things I did. Was it around last Christmas? And I really enjoyed doing those playthroughs. I feel like that's the last time I played Marvel Champions, which I do love, but yeah, things get in the way, things get away from you. And there's been like a whole cycle of it that I haven't played at all. And kind of coupled with, repeat myself if you saw the stream last week, but coupled with those Legendary and United games, I've been reading so many comics, and most of those comics have been X-Men. And across the board of X-Men, including all X-Force and X-Factor and all of this stuff, I'm pretty hyped on it at the moment. So I would be very, very happy to dive into another cycle of stuff. I have got down here as well that have been kind of waiting since that filming. Whatever happened last January, like, yeah, it just pushed everything out of the way. I've got Gambit and Rogue as well that are somewhere over here. And the Mojoverse expansion, I know what that is now. I knew who Gambit and Rogue were. I didn't really know what Mojo was. He looked weird, though. Still looks pretty weird. So then, is that all of both things? No, there was a couple more things. I have been looking through stuff and thinking about stuff, partly because of those new Stefan Feldy things that I've been playing, and remembered that I think it just missed out on a vote at some point, but Trajan, one of our favourite Stefan Feld games, I think Rachel's favourite still, one of Rachel's favourite games ever. But yeah, the wonderful, amazing Trajan has a solo mode, an unofficial one. It's not like the New City collections that have got ones baked in. But having said that, what good I feel about that? I didn't really. I've only played the Amsterdam one. Yeah, it was a bit swingy, but it exists, I suppose. But yeah, there is somewhere. I don't know, click on if it's Trajan Optimus, but yeah, there is an acclaimed solo mode that has been created by a BGG user who will be credited and talked about when I know which one it is that I want to play. Yeah, I feel like it was like, didn't Macau get done? And Trajan just missed out? Was that last year? Was that years ago? I can't remember. I did a playthrough for it against Little Glass Marty way back when, but who didn't want to see some more Trajan? I want to see some more Trajan. I just want to play Trajan again. We'll play that this weekend. But yes, I would do a solo playthrough using this variant on here. And the last thing that now at this point I feel like, yeah, no one's voting for Marvel Champions. No one's voting for Elder Sign. Prove me wrong. Elder Sign is the last thing. Another thing that I keep looking up on my shelves, thinking, oh, I bought a bundle of Elder Sign when I was buying bundles of all sorts of Arkham stuff, which have had abundant playthroughs at this point, but I still haven't played Elder Sign since getting it back. At one time, we absolutely loved it. At one time, I'd got fed up of it. We played that X-Men Mutant Insurrection. I wasn't so keen on it. I'd probably be keener now, wouldn't I? But yeah, I have expansions. I have all sorts of Elder Sign stuff. what is the stuff that I should be playing? How should I get back into it? And would you like to see me dive in, really? So those are going to be the options in the playthrough vote that will go up. I'm going to write it after this stream finishes. Hey, you can join up on... I pointed at it right. Patreon.com/slickerdrips is how any of this happens. Thank you, everyone. I know that there's plenty of patrons. I can say words in the chat. So some other things. Yeah, I think we talked a lot about it. I wasn't supposed to be talking about it, but we kind of went off on a big tangent when I was supposed to be talking about... They were anticipated games of the year. But yeah, some stuff that's kind of swimming around is... I meant to do this in January as well, but today, actually, this afternoon, Rach and I have filmed a playthrough for Marvel United. It's the Spider-Geddon box, so it's not out in England yet. I had to get it from America. But that'll kind of tie in as a catch-all. You know, it's got new stuff to it, but hey, it's Marvel United. If you like the look of this one, you could get any of the ones that take your fancy. But yeah, there's that. I would like to, like I say, the other thing that kind of games of the month of January for me, we started out the month playing, like, I should have got my, like, most played things up. I'm trying to track things again. But yeah, we started out playing a big Massive Darkness 2 campaign, which, yeah, had its ups and downs. I think I like Massive Darkness 2 a lot better, just playing it as one-offs rather than an ongoing campaign. I think it for me anyway, slows it down too much and takes away the thing that I really like about it, that it's like a whole dungeon crawl thing and 0 to hero in one session. So slowing that down, I didn't enjoy as much. And my character kind of fell off towards the end of the campaign. But yeah, we thought that was going to be like the big thing that we play this month. But who knew that out of nowhere, the thing that pretty much played every chance that we got, I played like 30 games of Legendary, which used to play so much, and then got fed up of, got rid of it probably around 2019 or something. So it's probably been like 4 or 5 years since I played it. I love it so much. It's not just its marvelness. It's probably like... I know that we've played plenty of deck building things since then, and done playthroughs and all sorts of things, but yeah, playing... It's not like full-on Dominion style, but just like stepping back in and playing like the tutorial of the base game or something. Like, I remember this pure deck buildery feeling, and I love it. And it's another thing that can just take over. It could probably take over a Kallax cube by itself. There's so much for it. But what was I going to say as well? Oh yeah, other things that are coming up. I thought I'd chat about... Well, not chat, just let you know some of the things that are going to be popping up from Kickstarters that, hey, they'll be appearing just before they go live. I just did, so you can see from yesterday, right? That was only yesterday. The first thing that is up is the new Trailblazer game, the Arizona Trail. Full 2-player playthrough for that, as well as a full one for Kathmandu, one of the new Stefan Feld City Collection games that is on Kickstarter now. But I also have the prototype. I'll be doing a playthrough soon for Nassau, where we're pirates and stuff. It looks like Kathmandu is fairly, for Stefan Feld especially, a lighter game. I think Nassau will be more in that range that we're used to. But yeah, that will be coming soon. Waiting on some updated rules. Need to watch Paul Grogan's playthrough. You can watch already. But yeah, that's going to be coming up. Am I getting Worms to hand? I hope so. Like, I haven't ordered it yet because I can't right now. But yeah, I hope that I'll be getting it at some point because I'm very excited about it. Maybe that'll be in like March's video. I know that people that pre-ordered it, they're getting them already, aren't they? It looks really cool. But yeah, hopefully that'll be on the way, and yeah, we'll see. At some point soon, I hope. I'm planning on it, but it's probably not going to be February, unless, hey, maybe it'll arrive out of the blue. I'll be surprised. Just come Saturday, you're going to have to tell me, Steve. I'm going to have to not be first on the worms. But yeah, I'm very excited about it. I would say, it's kind of not weird saying at this point that like, oh, I don't understand the backlash for it, because it happens every time Stonemaier ever say anything. There's some kind of backlash about it. But I think overwhelmingly, right, people are excited about things. And I'm excited for just, if it was just more Wingspan. But hey, it's Connie, the designer of Apiary, has made it as well. I'm very excited. Well, maybe I'll just be more in love with dragons more than the birds at this point. So yeah, there's more Stefan Feld coming in the next couple of weeks, surely. Cascadia is going to be back. The beautiful, the amazing Cascadia. I need to do a playthrough for the expansion at some point. So that's pointing at where they are in this room, because things are everywhere in this room. It's partly why it's better just green screening it, because there's stuff everywhere. Cascadia is coming back as a flip and roll and write game, but in two different flavors. There's Rolling Hills and Rolling Rivers. I think it's play in very similar ways, but yeah, got different flavors to them, and you can combine them to play. Oh, here we go. It says at the bottom here, you can combine them, get both versions to play 1 to 8 players on 8 different maps. That just arrived. Haven't played that yet, but the prototypes are here. I'm so excited. Then what else is coming up? Board Quest Tales of Lyria. That is a kind of, well, at the moment, it's a competitive game where you are, taking on factions, recruiting these minions, trying to take over forts to improve your income every turn, so you can either level up your minions, get new skills, that kind of thing. And you are either competing to either try and take control of a certain number of forts, or you can just fight it out between the two of you. But the thing that I'm really excited about, which I haven't got in my prototype, but the plan is anyway, who knows with how things turn out, but the plan is to have some kind of ongoing solo campaign, which would be the thing I'm really keen on, and hope to cover that as well at some point. And the presence, which inspired by our kind of, hasn't happened yet, but our machinations, our plans to play old Mansions of Madness at some point. We've got the first edition one where you had to have a dungeon keeper. I'm going to get Rach as the, whatever it's called, the mastermind or something behind it, and see how that goes. But yes, this is a horror-themed game, a haunted house themed game, where a player is a ghost and the rest of the team are investigators investigating the house and what has gone on here. But they don't know what side the ghost is on, and it's sometimes unclear what side the ghost is on at the start of the game. You see in the overview, clear it all up. But yeah, you are going around this house trying to investigate. The ghost can manipulate some things in the house, but depending on the scenario that you're playing, depending on the cards that have been dealt at the start, you don't quite know if the ghost is a Casper kind of figure that you want to be helping out, or something that you'd be more used to in a Mansions of Madness kind of thing. So there'll be an overview of that coming up as well. And there will be more stuff. There's some rules videos that I think I'm going to be working on. I don't know if they're going to be arriving in February, but they should be arriving at some point soon. There's all of those games I talked about in January that are floating about. There's so much I want to get done. But yeah, I am hopeful. I'm trying to get a handle on, I think January was better, right, for having a more manageable schedule of stuff coming up. There was stuff happening all the time. But yeah, I wasn't quite as much in a panic about it as I normally am. Have I got ideas for another campaign game stream after Legacy of You? No. And that might be finishing this month, mightn't it? Oh, it was if only we had another campaign-based thing from Garfield to just jump straight into afterwards. But Ezra and Nehemiah isn't that kind of thing, is it? What? I don't know why I'm looking at this particular shelf. Because there is ongoing series stuff that I want to do. I don't know what we're quite going to... I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with that. I wonder if we should have another vote about which kind of series to do after Arkham Horror finish. Arkham Horror's finishing in a week or two as well. I don't quite know what's coming after that yet. Because I think with the ongoing recorded one, it's going to be something shorter. Because yeah, if I love doing the whole campaign and finally getting to see Carcosa, but it does mean that 8 parts. That's 2 months of just one of the videos is the same thing. But there's always like... Yeah, the plan originally was to do Eldritch Horror in February, because it has been about 6 months since we were on holiday, weren't we? I think it was when we were getting married that there was a Eldritch Horror one again. But yeah, while there hasn't been a playthrough for that, there's a lot of alchemy stuff, so maybe there should be something else to just break it up, because also the new Arkham is on the way, isn't it? That's coming in about 3 weeks or something. So will I dive right into that, have something in between and then dive right into that? But then that's another thing that's gonna take ages. But I don't know about the live, because it's really nice having like a monthly thing, isn't it, to keep coming back to. Like, we have been, like, because we've been playing all that Marvel United stuff, and especially when it was Dom in the chat, wasn't it, last week's stream, has made like some great big like a campaign map mode for Marvel United, and we've talked about maybe doing something like that with Rach playing with me, but I don't know if that would be like a live thing, or like when we'd get that done. I'm not quite sure. What would you like to see? Because there's a few things that are kind of swimming around. There is actually, I keep meaning to remember, there's a playthrough for Paperback Adventures that I did. I feel like that's coming up to a year ago now. I did like one a couple of months after the first one, and it's just got kind of pushed back and pushed back. And yeah, there's a whole new character, a whole new book that I did for Paperback Adventures. Maybe that should come after Arkham Horror. I don't know. We'll see. Patiently waiting for a Mystic Vale Nemesis live stream. I was thinking about Mystic Vale the other day, actually. I'd like to see it as well. Maybe I should put that on it. Well, we could do a Mystic Vale Nemesis. I need to remember. I want to do thing as well. Every time I look over at Imperial, I think I need to do a playthrough of that as well for Steve. That's been so long now as well. I'm trying. I've got ISS Vanguard. I haven't. I've seen a lot of posts. I think everyone's just had like a big box for it, haven't they? But no, I haven't got ISS Vanguard. I wouldn't mind a big spacey themed thing. But it's hard. There's not a lot of things like Legacy of You has been nice after Hadrian's Wall finished for like a hour-long, 90-minute game. I can like get used to it. It's got like an ongoing thing that we can just carry on with. It's been really nice for that. There are some of the other things that are about, I think, it's a bit too short of a session, or like I wouldn't really want to do like a great big dungeon crawly thing that's like could potentially be hours and hours long. So I kind of think like if Voidfall wins the vote, it'd probably be another recorded thing, because it took so long to film it. I wouldn't want like the live stream to just be like 5 hours of me in silence. At least like we can cut that out and have it be a normal playthrough thing. And it makes a good Nemesis makes a good campaign. So you go up each Nemesis and they get progressively harder. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Like I did do a Nemesis, didn't I? I did like just a one-off at some point. I did enjoy that, but yeah, I was thinking about it. It's been ages since we played Mystic Vale, and it's still all there. You can't see it because it's green screen. Maybe my hand can make it appear. No, my hand's not breaking the green screen effect. I don't know where it is actually. It's on a shelf, but not the shelf that I'm used to it being on. I rearranged some things. It's somewhere. Hey, I'm not getting. Oh, it's up there. There it is. It's in a shelf that wouldn't be on camera anyway, but in a shelf that more suits its strange size. Yeah, maybe we should do that. I don't know about like an ongoing thing of it loads. We've got, and I bought this months ago now, we've got Sagrada Artisans, the legacy game, with the idea of being that, we'd film us going through that. We had the time just hadn't been there. We have to think of like some ongoing things to like carry on with. Nothing like jumps out at me as kind of perfect as they were, but I'm sure there'll be something as well. Like I need to do Carnival Zombie. That's not in a campaign sense. I need to do Carnival Zombie because Neil lent me that. Thanks, Neil. And a playthrough needs to happen of that. there's just so much about, and yeah, the month just flies by, doesn't it? Like already, this the week got to February already. How's that happened? But yeah, there is stuff constantly getting made and going up. Like it'll be good when like some of the Kickstarter things need to be made still, but yeah, a load of stuff happening kind of December and especially January, and like the things are starting to go up now that I filmed, because it's scary when you're like, oh, it's been a really busy week. And you're like, oh, but I haven't actually got anything to go up yet because they need to be checked or I'm too early and stuff. So I'm playing with this is what we filmed earlier. Oh, the green screen doesn't want to work now. So some of the Spider-Geddon stuff we were filming earlier. I painted these. I've been slacking on my painting though. I had a few weeks of building it up really nicely. That's Superior Spider-Man, Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man's body. That's Silk. I forget Silk's story. And that's Scarlet Spider. Ooh, I think he's a clone of Peter Parker. And he was evil, but now he's good. There's a lot going on. I've been diving into X-Men. There'll be Spider-Man next. Oh, they're tying and stuff. I had to stop. But yeah, maybe we should definitely give Nemesis a go again. Did I do it as a live stream? Or did I record it? Because I remember like anything that's sleeved and Mystic Veil has to be, is usually like a problem with the lights and stuff. I wonder how I did that. I wonder if it's time as well for I enjoyed last year for the anniversary is away off yet. I enjoyed doing like a handheld video for it. I do miss the handheld videos. They don't quite work with the way the setup is anymore, but it was fun doing one. We should do one again. Let's find something appropriate, something with gravitas to do that again. But yes, there we go. There is a lot of stuff that it recorded in 2022. I thought it was last year. Oh, that's the last time I played Mystic Veil Nemesis then. Which is like, we haven't played Mystic Veil since then as well. Well, I suppose that makes sense actually, because I think it was when I broke my shoulder in like 2020. That's when I couldn't do much, I was playing the app so much. I completely rinsed all of the content and in the app and its expansions on it, and that's when I got the game back and started buying expansions for that and playing it with Rach again. So yeah, it makes sense. I think it took me a while to get to the Nemesis thing, didn't I? I just saw someone who did a video using the new Apple Vision Pro. It reminds your old handheld videos. I think it's in some ways, like yeah, there's always like good and bad things of stuff. But yeah, I can, partly because the camera is so far away and trying to zoom in on tiny things, but nothing got like the quality of the cards and the components like the beautiful handheld cam. But on the downside, it's wobbling all over the place and it's harder to make. How much is an Apple Vision Pro? Are they a lot? I'm not saying as a person who's about to get one, because I feel like any of these VR things, I've never actually tried like a proper one like this. Make it personal to you. No, just tell me how much one is. From $3,499. Well, it'd be £3,499 then. Okay, fair enough. They seem cool, but yeah, a lot of stuff seems cool. It's unaffordable. You can buy a car for the price. Well, why do you need one when you can simulate one in VR? Surely that's just it once you bought one of those. You'd be leaning forward, watching videos, walking down the street looking at maps. Yeah, I haven't played any of the... So is it like Tabletop Simulator and stuff they're doing? Have I seen something come up that said Apple Vision Pro? I don't know if it was just like a VR related thing. But yeah, I see like some of the games that have come up over the years, because they've been around for a while, haven't they? The Metas and the PlayStation VRs. And there's a few things like Beat Saber and stuff. You think, oh, that sounds pretty cool, but I don't know. I always feel like it's a big risk for me to take. When I probably wouldn't use it that much anyway, but I don't know if VR stuff would make me seasick. Was that just like a 3D video thing and they don't do that? I've got no idea. Oh, using it as a camera. I get it. Well, I remember Rado saying way, way, way back when that he had tried at some point putting a camera on his head and like to free up his hands to do handheld filming, and didn't realize until then how much your head moves when you're trying to do stuff, especially like something just perched on the top of your head. Was it a GoPro? Got a distinct memory of him talking about that. Back in Malta. All these echoes. Danny Chat, maybe that's where I've seen it from. I'm subscribed to Danny. Checking my subscription feed now. Yes, that's where I've seen the words Apple Vision Pro today. I can watch Danny play Orchard with an Apple Vision Pro. But is that how it is? Because, like, I imagine as well, things have come a long way in these in the years since. Like, if you were to mount, probably be too heavy. But if you were to mount like a phone on your head, there's a lot more image stabilization, isn't there? I would assume that something like a Apple Vision, for that money, would have all sorts of stabilization things on the camera. Having said that, I spent, back when it was all handheld, I spent loads of time and loads of money trying to do things with image stabilization. And yeah, it wasn't there yet. The best thing was the camera that's now like the green screen card camera that's got like a gimbal in the lens. That was the latter handheld video. Like my phone would be a lot better at it than any of the cameras I used to use were, but it's just inconvenient and hard to hold. Especially watching the play from her perspective, but not shaky. Not shaky? I think that's that could be the future then. Is that enough to justify it as a business purchase? It'd be really, like, I can't imagine it. Of doing it with that, I suppose you'd get used to it. But I like the idea of doing handheld camera, but having my hands free and being able to use the microphone like this. Because I do not miss the old microphones. When we were trying to do the playthrough earlier, I've got like a nicer version of those old little, like, well, here it is. I don't know if it would stretch. You can't really see it. You know, little clip-on mic, and for whatever reason, just so noisy, and every time you move, just catching and rustling. Yeah, it's much easier having mics like this that aren't touching anything, but the downside is they're in the way and they're attached to a great big stick that's also in the way. Patreon stretch goal. Yeah, I could just add another one in. At what Patreon point does justifies getting a Vision Pro? I'll have to watch that though. You shouldn't intrigue me about these things. Like, oh, that could be a possibility now. Because yeah, there's no way to like incorporate like the handheld and the static camera together at all. But yeah, it's, I think on balance, the overhead and stuff is better for making it and for watching it. But all these years later, I'm annoyed that it's better. Like in a small way. I'm like, gosh, it should still be handheld really. That was better. Not overall, but it was. Yeah, it would be totally using it to justify getting a Vision Pro. It would be cool for the live streams, wouldn't it? Just have that great big thing on my face the whole time. I can't imagine wearing it in here in the summer. It's hard enough just me being in here on my own. But maybe they've sorted that. Maybe it cools you. Maybe there's fans in it and that. That's an interesting idea. I imagine like you must be able to do, you can do like Tabletop Simulator and stuff in VR as well, couldn't you? Like I don't know if the Apple thing's compatible with that, because if you need like Apple apps and stuff, I don't think that's on there. But hey, it's all early days, isn't it? That's the future. That's year, whatever it's going to be. Year 8 of slickerdrips. It's all going to be in VR. Well, it looks like we're in VR already, doesn't it? This is the future. Me in space with a big Geordie LaForge thing on. I couldn't remember his name. I haven't seen that much Star Trek. I'm not trying to pass myself off as a super fan. I've seen 2 series. I liked them. Keep watching more at some point. I get distracted by things. Watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. Right. So, I am going to make the playthrough vote. Have I got my thing still open with what those options were? Because I'll never remember them. Yes. I am going to make the playthrough vote on Patreon in a minute after this. So you can vote for as many things as you like. And the thing that leads the vote will be my top priority for learning and filming when I'm comfortable filming it. And it'll be definitely coming up. Along with all of the other stuff. Mythwind seems like a slam dunk winner. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's that or like the return of Imperium. There's a lot of people saying they wanted more Voidfall, but I feel like they'll be drowned out by Imperium at this point. I think some of the things I've put on there for my own kind of... For my own aspirations are not going to go anywhere, but kind of thought that. So I was reading them out. I was making the list. Oh yeah, that would be great to put on. That would be great to put on. And then when I was reading it out across the other options, I don't know about this. But yeah, I hope it'll be cool to see everyone really excited about Mythwind. Let's see. So yeah, you can vote for as many as you like, and it's going up very shortly. You should get a ping on Patreon in the next 10 minutes or so, and I look forward to seeing what you pick. As for me, what day is it today? Wednesday. Oh yes, we've had the two playthroughs already this week. What's going on? That's Kickstarter dates for you, isn't it? There is going to be a little bit of a gap now, isn't there? I didn't want to delay the vote anymore, but I've ended up not spacing the videos out through the week. But there will be a new episode of Arkham Horror, the card game, on the channel on Sunday. I hope there's going to be one ready on Patreon on Sunday as well. It was delayed a little bit. It went up on Monday, didn't it? Because on Patreon, the next one is going to be the last one. Spoiler. Yeah, the series didn't end. Well, you don't know what state I'm in that last episode. But yeah, there's some unfinished business that is going to require one more episode. So that'll be on the way as well. And yeah, like I say, the Sleeping Gods Distant Skies is my next target. Hopefully that's going to be up on Patreon, and then it'll be coming up here a week after that. And yeah, thank you everyone for your support and making it happen. Thank you for joining me for a little mini live stream of some of this stuff that's coming up. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you pick. I hope what you want wins. You're voting Trajan, Steve. That would be pretty cool. Like, as well as like, because Imperium and Voidfall, complicated as they may be, I've played them pretty recently. I have not played Trajan for a long time, but I feel like I could pretty much explain how to play all of Trajan from memory. Like, I feel like that would be an easier going one for me. And yeah, we will be playing through something next week. I feel like if Imperium wins, I might just do it as a live stream next week. We'll see. Because Legacy of You needs a thing at some point. We need to think about what's going to happen after that. I've forgotten all about that finish. Well, it might not finish. Maybe we should just throw the game so the campaign carries on. Now we're going to see if we can make it a slam dunk. Thank you everyone though, and I will see you very, very soon for some more games on that. Bye, bye, bye.